Historically, the final stretch of the calendar between October through to December, that has always been considered one of the most lucrative periods of the year for commodity traders. A long list of the world's most powerful Wall Street banks, from Goldman Sachs to JP Morgan to Bank of America, they have described the current economic climate as the golden age of trading. This comes as no surprise given that today's highly macro driven backdrop that is fueling one of the greatest wealth transfers the world has seen. This is presenting savvy traders with back to back money making opportunities. As we transition through the final quarter of the year 2023, it's now firmly on track to be a third consecutive year that has seen a total of 27 commodities ranging from the metals to energies to agriculture tallying up astronomical double to triple digit gains, outperforming every other asset class out there. In fact, so far this year, we have seen a number of commodities notching up spectacular double-digit gains in a single week, sometimes in a single day alone, not once, not twice, but on multiple occasions. For commodity traders making money in these markets right now, it has never been so easy. The week-to-week, short-term, macro-driven trend that we're seeing right now, that can literally be summarized as buy low, sell high, rinse and repeat, and do it all over again. The great news is this trend is here to stay, and it's set to continue, driven by a magnitude of macro events that are currently unfolding, from a looming US debt crisis to the global energy shock 2.0 to escalating geopolitical conflict in the Middle East to a growing consensus that the Fed is done hiking interest rates and could even start cutting rates by the middle of next year. There's no denying that the last 20 months they have been monumental for monetary policy, with the Federal Reserve raising interest rates to the highest level in 22 years, up from nearly zero last year. Last week, Fed Chair Jerome Powell, he hinted that the US central bank, it's now finally finished with its most aggressive tightening cycle in 4 decades after it held off on raising interest rates for a second consecutive policy meeting on Wednesday. Those odds increased further after employment data released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics on Friday that revealed that US labor market is finally cooling. The US non-farm payrolls, they increased by 150,000 in October, less than forecast and barely half of September's revised figure of 297,000. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate that climbed to a 2-year high of 3.9%, indicating that employers' strong demand for workers, it's beginning to slow. Labour market numbers, they're always the last thing to turn in economic cycles, so the softening in employment and the rise in unemployment rates make it more likely that the Federal Reserve won't hike interest rates again. Following last week's FOMC policy meeting and US jobs report, traders marked down chances of a rate increase in the coming months and boosted bets on an earlier cut next year, a move which sent commodity prices across the board surging to recent highs. One of the biggest beneficiaries of the news was undoubtedly gold. The precious metal rocketed above $2,000 an ounce within minutes of data being released and closed the week only 4% away from its 2020 all-time high. Gold prices, they've been on an unstoppable run, rallying from nearly $1,800 per ounce at the beginning of October to 6-month highs of $2,000 an ounce, not once, not twice, but on multiple occasions over the past month. This bullish momentum, it also spilled into other commodities, with silver, platinum, uranium, sugar, coffee, cocoa, orange juice prices soaring to multi-month and multi-year highs. The big question now is, has the Fed cleared the way for commodity prices to continue their upward surge? Only time will tell. However, one thing we do know for certain is it won't take much for commodity prices to move significantly higher in this current macro-driven environment and breach new all-time record highs in the coming weeks and coming months ahead. Right now, we have crisis on top of crisis, which, as traders know, it translates to opportunity on top of opportunity. While commodities certainly don't need a crisis to move higher, they definitely love a crisis. This is the time that traders, they wait decades for, because it's times like these that do make millionaires and billionaires out of regular people. As we transition through the final quarter of 2023, we are firmly in one of the most exciting and rewarding times ever in history. If you want to successfully navigate these markets and capitalize on the huge money-making opportunities ahead and build substantial, life-changing wealth, then you need to utilize a professional, research-driven approach. If you know how to connect the dots and position yourself in the right place at the right time, ready to capitalize on the huge money-making opportunities that are currently unfolding, then you'll make a fortune and build substantial, life-changing wealth. Banks, hedge funds, they're making multi-billions capitalizing on the week-to-week macro-driven opportunities, and it's not so different for our clients at the Gold and Silver Club. The majority of our clients at the Gold and Silver Club are utilizing our proprietary research-driven trading approach. They've already made in excess of 6 and 7 figures so far this year, and we still have another 60 trading days left to go. In fact, all of our clients have already been fully briefed, prepared, and ready to make the final quarter of this year their biggest and best yet. If you've been kicking yourself for missing out on some of the biggest trading opportunities so far this year, and you still want to make the final quarter of 2023 your best yet, then go to jointhegoldandsilverclub.com now to learn how our mentorship program can take your trading to the next level. Time is the most valuable commodity that we have. Make sure that you don't waste it. So with that, let's move over to the charts. We'll talk you through exactly what we look at here as we head into a new week. So most notably right now is the breakout that we're starting to see on Palladium. We've talked you through this multiple times. Opportunities to be buying here back down towards 1,100 US dollars per ounce. Alongside that, crude oil, we took the opportunity yet again on Friday to be buying underneath $81 per barrel. In fact, right now we've got crude oil back at $81.73 per barrel here. As we've talked you through multiple times, really big opportunities here on oil, back down towards $80 per barrel. Multiple times we've tapped that zone over the last week, and this has provided multiple opportunities to just keep coming in and out of oil around the swing lows here. Again, it comes back to the point. You want to be buying low and then selling higher. Other markets we've been talking you through recently is copper. We've been banging the drum at 3.6, a massive opportunity here to be buying over the last week. So we've actually managed to accumulate 5 positions now on copper. Every single one of those trades is now in profit. We've actually seen a 1.3 breakout so far on Monday. So you can see copper is starting off the week very much with risk on here. This is similar on platinum too. So we talked you through this multiple times. Opportunity on platinum here to be buying back down at $900 per ounce or lower. So you see platinum here 900, it stayed below that throughout most of October. Then we've finally broken out once we hit the month of November, especially at the beginning of last week. This has enabled us to now hit 50% banked across all of our platinum trades, protect those positions, but we look to scale out of more profit on further breakouts to the upside on this market. It's been a similar story here with gold. As you know, we banked a windfall amount of profit with our clients here. So we've had 12 trades running on gold, over 12,000 points that we booked in the month of October through to the first week of November so far on gold. It's been absolutely immense. As you know, we were banging the drum as the price was breaking all the way back down towards 1810 on non-farm payroll. Nothing more than a massive buy opportunity. $1,900 per ounce, 1860, 1850, 1830, 1820, all of those levels we discussed with you previously. As you can see, these have been just phenomenal opportunities to stack positions throughout the month of October and really benefit from the breakout that we then got from the 7th of October onwards, which has seen almost a 2,000 point move there from low to high. So again, gold prices, they're up 9% now over the last month. Well done to everybody who's absolutely crushed it on that market. Similar on silver here as well. We're banging the drum down here. When silver prices were back at $21 per ounce, we maintain our position from $21 per ounce, which is currently up 200 points. Now we're in a win-win scenario here, where if we do get further breakouts to the upside over the next week, very simply the game plan here is to be scaling out of profits on the commodities which are currently breaking out back towards their swing highs. So that includes gold at the moment. Obviously that includes platinum. Now we've got going with copper as well. Nice surge to start the week on Monday. And then essentially opportunities to buy and build out further positions on any dips lower on commodities like palladium if it comes back down to $1,100 per ounce, if oil was to come back down towards $80 per barrel and so forth. But we're now fully stacked on these positions. We had enough opportunities last week, even on Thursday through to Friday, to top up. So on oil now, we've got 5 trades on this market. We've got a similar amount of positions on palladium, which is starting to break out on Monday as well. Obviously that's similar on copper right now too. And you've got the dollar, which is tanking following on from Friday's non-farm payroll data. So again, you've just got back-to-back opportunities currently to take advantage of the current macro-driven environment that we're in right now. The other point being here on gold, we are still just in this consolidation zone. Bear in mind that a lot of hedge funds and money managers, they FOMO'd much later into this move. They completely missed out on almost the 2,000 point breakout that we saw to the upside. So a lot of them, they've FOMO'd in above $2,000 per ounce. They've gotten into the move very late here. And since then, over the last 2 weeks, all we've really seen here on gold is this chopping sideways. So this tends to put a lot of pressure on traders when you just see this constant chopping up and down. This sort of ricocheting of price action, it tends to chop a lot of traders up. So be aware of that. the biggest opportunity recently on gold, as we banged the drum with you regarding this opportunity at the beginning of October, was to be accumulating nice and low. You have the opposite scenario right now, where we're actually making sure that we're locking in the windfall amount of profit at these levels. Any further acceleration and a breakout back towards the recent swing highs. So if we were to get back above 2010 and start making a move up to 2040, 50 and 60 and so forth, back towards the price swing highs from the 7th of May, we would benefit basically because we still remain long. We're keeping some exposure on. However, if we then start to rotate lower throughout the middle of November towards the end of November, which would be typical for this market to start pulling back, that sets up really nicely for further opportunities to add further exposure to gold. But again, at lower prices. Buy low, sell high, rinse and repeat. Remember that. And whatever long-term goal you're looking to achieve through trading, whether that's to create a full-time income, a secondary replacement income, or just to earn a better return on your savings, now is the time to take action. If you want to maximize your money-making potential and thrive, not just survive in these fast-moving markets, then you need to adapt your strategy to the current market conditions and, most importantly, utilize a professional, research-driven approach. One of the biggest obstacles that holds back 99% of retail traders from achieving their desired success, it's not having access to the correct professional strategies, institutional level data, and market intelligence to make confident decisions with accuracy and certainty. There's a huge gap between the top 1% of professional traders and the bottom 99% of misguided retail traders who simply rely on outdated technical analysis and gimmicky technical indicators that don't work in these markets. If you want to get yourself out of the bottom 99% and into the top 1% who are actually crushing it and making 6, 7, and 8-figure returns in these markets right now, then you need to utilize a professional, research-driven approach, or you'll just end up wasting lots of time, money, and effort, and you'll have no results to show for all of your hard work. In these rapidly changing markets, you need to be constantly innovating and evolving. Technical analysis and outdated technical indicators, they will not work. Those days, they're long gone. If that's all you're relying on, the odds are already stacked up against you. If you want to change your results, then you have to change your thinking. If you want to learn our exclusive research-driven trading approach that is never taught to retail traders and only reserved for professional traders in the banks, the hedge funds with access to powerful game-changing insights, including where the banks and hedge funds, where they're buying and selling in real time, alongside the key liquidity zones, so you can enter and exit the markets with pinpoint precision, learn the fundamentals, the macroeconomics, the capital flows, the daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly real-time data-driven cycles and intermarket correlations, then you need to join our mentorship program. As we head into the final quarter of the year, we are in one of the greatest eras of wealth creation that the world has seen. If you want to successfully capitalize on the huge money-making opportunities ahead and build significant, life-changing wealth, there's no better time than now. If you want to upgrade your income, you have to upgrade your skills. Never underestimate what you can achieve in the next 3, 6, or even 12 months from now with the right guidance and mentorship. Time is the most valuable commodity that we have. Make sure that you don't waste it. If you want to join our community of successful traders and take your trading to the next level, there is an opportunity for you to do so. As a member, you get access to our exclusive live trading room webinars. You get access to real-time trade ideas, access to institutional research and market intelligence, access to our private Members Academy website, and also support and one-to-one mentoring. For more information, just go to jointhelivetradingroom.com. The link is also below this report in the description. So just click on the link, make an application, and we will get in touch with you ASAP.